This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. We're following a story about a yacht that ran aground a few days ago in Spain, piercing the hull of the vessel, causing it to start sinking. The yacht, built by Benetti in 1988, is, according to most online information, a 49-metre or 160-foot yacht. However, the AIS data of the yacht says it's a 44-metre or 144 foot in length. Anyway, the yacht's name is Tunbury Sea. The Spanish flagged yacht ran aground in Oceanco Marina, which is a very strange spelling, hard to pronounce. But anyway, it's a marina in the province of Pontevedra in Spain, which is on the northwestern coast, just above Vigo. According to the reports, the yacht's hull was pierced and she started to take on water in the engine room, and the yacht started to sink. Now, what's interesting about the location of that water ingress is the engine room is usually midships towards the stern of the vessel, obviously lower down in the vessel. But as you can see from the video footage here, there's a lot of activity on the bow. The vessel looks to be nose heavy and it looks to be listing over to starboard there, which is obviously because of the water ingress. You can see the crew gathered on the bow, and you can see a hose being used to pump off the water, and a number of small boats in the water there. And also one of the boats is on the hull examining, most likely examining the damage. Now, in the incident that happened on Saturday morning, the crew decided to beach the yacht to prevent sinking, which is, pretty standard operating procedure in those circumstances, because it's going to sink if you don't beach it. They beached the vessel and they made temporary repairs, and the yacht was later towed to Juan Carlos Port's dry dock facility, as you can see from the AIS data. And the vessel is believed to going to be pulled out there, and that will have a permanent repair made to the hull. The yacht actually has a steel hull with an aluminium superstructure, and it will, like I said, it seems like it's going to get pulled out of the water there. Luckily, there were no reports of any injuries. All right, so we'll move on to our next story. Now, this is a very interesting one. We got some information sent in to us from one of our viewers in one of the most unexpected places. It seems we have viewers all over the world. I mean, I knew we had viewers all over the world, but just not in this part of the world. We were contacted about the yacht Datcha, and the location is the Antarctic. We had an email from Juan Cataneo, an engineer working in the Artigas base in Antarctica. The base is an Uruguayan scientific research station located in the King George Island on the South Shetland Islands. Anyway, Juan sent us this video footage here. It's very low res because they don't have Starlink yet. They still only have a very restricted satellite, so he wasn't able to send me it in full resolution. But you can clearly see Datcha there out at anchor from the land. The superyacht Datcha is currently on her maiden trip to Antarctica. After leaving Punta Arenas in Chile, which is one of two staging areas for trips to the Antarctic, the last AIS data in Punta Arenas was around the 14th of December. Now, you can see the AIS track here on screen, and the dotted lines suggest that the vessel's moving around without AIS, only switching it on when it's in certain areas where they probably have to for navigational purposes. And that's why you've got these straight lines with a dotted line on it, straight dotted line, and they appear to go over ground because it's just drawing the lines from one location to the next. Datcha headed south through the Drake Passage and headed to the King George Island. Now, the Drake Passage is usually about a 3-day passage and can be some of the most severe weather anywhere in the world. In my experience, it was as bad as anything I've ever experienced anywhere else. The yacht Datcha actually has an ice-class hull. It's an Explorer yacht. And you can see a video footage here that was posted on their Instagram page. They have an Instagram page. And you can see that they're going through loose ice field here. This is actually from Kamchatka, which is in Russia, earlier this year. But I've experienced this in the Antarctic, and this is something that you will frequently do in the Antarctic. And I have to say that for any experienced mariner, The noise of the ice bouncing off the hull is the most strange noise that you'll ever hear. As a mariner, I think it just sounds wrong hearing all of this stuff bouncing off the side of the hull. It's a very interesting experience.
Будет очень опасное.
Now, the Datcha Instagram page has posted these photographs of the yacht surrounded by ice. Looks absolutely amazing. Like I said, once you get down there, it is quite amazing, and you can get weather that looks absolutely perfect. You know, blue skies, still sea, and you have these amazing views. In my experience, that was the minority of the time that we were in the Antarctic. It was like this. The majority of the time, it was heavy winds because there's very little landmass to stop those winds, and they just gather pace. And we always seemed to be running away from a storm or trying to battle our way through a storm. So yeah, I love my visits to Antarctic, but I did not enjoy the trip down there and the trip back. And like I said, most of the time we seem to be in some sort of weather front. Anyway, La Datcha is a 77-meter yacht, which is 253 feet. It's an explorer yacht built by Damon Yachts in 2019. She can carry 12 guests and 19 crew, and it is an ice class certified steel hull, which makes it obviously ideal for this kind of trip. The yacht is owned by Oleg Tinkov, who's a Russian businessman, and the yacht has spent most of the last 18 months in Central and South America. It spent a lot of time in Mexico when the war in Ukraine started, and since then I think it's pretty much spent most of the time in Central and South America. The vessel is a charter vessel, and they actually have a website, ladatcha.com, if you're interested in seeing more stuff. And like I said, they've got an Instagram page which we took this footage from, so worth checking it out. Okay, so we'll move on. We saw a photograph posted by Oceanco on the Instagram feed, and this is Project Y726 arriving at Oceanco's outfitting facility in the Netherlands. This is believed to be the replacement for Dreamboat, which is the yacht that is owned by Arthur Blank. His current yacht is already a 90-meter or 295-foot yacht and was only delivered in 2019, but he's already building a bigger one, it seems. The current yacht has a gross tonnage of just under 3,000 gross tons. No idea of any of the specs of this new one, but it does look like a larger yacht. Now, Mr. Blank is from the US, and he's the founder of Home Depot. The yacht in the photograph will most likely not be delivered until around 2025, as it's just gone into outfitting, which usually takes at least a year. Should be noted that Arthur Blank is 81 years old right now, so by the time he gets that yacht, he's probably going to be 82, 83 years old. All right, so don't forget to have your vote for the Eastman Super Yacht of the Year 2023 awards. Now, for the main voting, think of it more like Time Magazine's Person of the Year. It's not necessarily the best looking yacht or the one that you'd rather have. It's more to do with the yacht that's been in the news most, the most controversial yacht, or the first yacht that you think about when you think of 2023. That's the yacht that we're looking for. We think we've reduced that list down to the 5 most likely yachts to be on anybody's list of most controversial, if you like, or most in the news. Currently, Motor Yacht Nord is ahead for the second time in 2 years with 34% of the vote, and Sailing Yacht Koru is closely following behind with 30% of the vote. We also have a new category, Best New Yacht of the Year for 2023. So you can vote for that as well. There are links in the description to the polls, or you can just go to the community section of our YouTube channel and find them there. Now, the nominees for the Best New Yachts of 2023 are Liva O, Sailing Yacht Koru, Project Luminance, and Project Alibaba. Obviously, the last 2 have not even been delivered yet, but we've included them because they're effectively ready. They just haven't been delivered. They're on sea trials at the moment. So, yeah. Let us know. There's a poll on there, as I said, and it's got photographs of the yachts, so you can check them out. Guest cabins on yachts now have Apple Television. We'd have to restrict them so they couldn't stream, because we didn't want to piss off the boss, right? So we would have to restrict them for that reason. But now we wouldn't have to do that anymore. And we just posted a new video on Patreon. It's a podcast prototype, if you like. It's a 30-minute video talking in more depth about the Starling Game Changers subject, plus how TV works on board a super yacht and how that is also changing. Seems to have been well received by the patrons so far. And this may or may not come to the main channel at some point, but it's not confirmed yet. If you're interested in seeing an East Sysman Super Yachts podcast, let us know in the comments. All right, if you've got any information for us about any of the stories or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can get us in the email address in the ticker. You can get us on the About page of the YouTube channel, on Instagram and Facebook Messenger, on Twitter and on Threema. Be sure to like the video, very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.